Alrighty, and welcome back to another episode of Garage Talk with Friends. I have with me Jason from Old Car Auto Guy, and this week we're just gonna lay back and chill. In fact, actually, I don't even have my beverage. I'm all out of sorts. I want to apologize for not being here last week. Just had some things that come up and couldn't make it, but glad to be back this week. How about you, Jason?
Yeah, it's been a busy week going on at the shop and trying to get some videos out and lots of things around the house. Everything seems to be going pretty good. And thankfully, the weekend was weather-wise stayed pretty good. I managed to get some work done on the car and actually get it out for a test drive today.
Cool. This is saying I'm live, but my other feed is not showing up. I don't know if it's just me or...
No, I got you on the other feed too.
Okay, so we're showing up on the YouTube.
Yep.
Okay, maybe I'm just lagging behind on my. Maybe I need to refresh my one browser. Just refresh that. Maybe that'll work. But I think we're just talking to ourselves at the moment, but that's okay with me.
Yep.
So yeah, I did watch the video of you getting it pulled out of the shop. Last thing I think I saw was you were getting ready to take it over to your main shop to install the headers.
Yeah, so that's going to be probably Monday or Tuesday night's project. I did take it for a drive today, so got to work on a couple of little oil leaks, nothing major. And then we'll get her in, get it up in the air, get those headers on, and hopefully have her all buttoned up by the weekend.
Oh, that sounds good. So what is it, just like some valve cover or intake plenum leaks, or just a stupid small
valve cover? I put new valve cover gaskets on it and thought that I had them tightened down tight, and they're just one of them is leaking right down onto the exhaust, so I tried tightening it as tight as I can. I took it off today and put some RTV on it and put it back together after cleaning it up. It's still leaking a little bit, so I don't know if the valve cover itself is bent.
Yeah, do you use the cork or do you use the rubber gaskets?
This one looked like it was a Felpro gasket, but it was the upgraded, so it was kind of like a soaked mesh type gasket.
Hey, I just saw Kip pop in.
Hey,
Kip, how you doing?
How's it going?
And this is Kip from America Bumper to Bumper. If you guys have not seen his channel yet, he does live streams every... Clue me in here, Kip.
Friday nights,
Friday.
8 p.m.
Which is why I always miss yours.
Yeah.
It's right around the time that I'm freaking getting dinner on the table because I have kids to pick up on Friday nights. So we were just talking about Jason's getting his car back running after doing the cylinder head swap.
Yeah, how's that going?
Yeah, he was saying he just had some oil leaks left.
Yeah, had her out for a test drive today.
I always use those are cast iron heads, right? Or the aluminum? Cast iron. I always use the cork gaskets with the cast iron heads. I don't know why, they just seem to work better. And I only use the sealant on the side that's touching the valve covers.
Yeah, and I think that's probably what I should have done. I just put them on dry. Everything was clean, and I thought, well, new gaskets, I shouldn't have any issues. But what ended up happening is it's leaking between the gasket and the valve cover, I believe, and not necessarily the gasket and the head. So yeah, I may have to take them off and get new ones.
Yeah, what I do is I'll take the valve, I'll have the valve cover, clean it up real good, and I'll actually take a straight edge and run it across the edge of the valve cover. Because normally what will happen is they'll dimple right around where the bolts are, and then the valley, the space in between will start to bow up.
Yeah.
You just because of the way that you bolt it down. Now I use those at least with the Chevy ones. I don't know if the how yours are, but the Chevy ones are really thin stamped steel.
Yep.
And so I'll use the plates that run right around the bolt and then stretch out across the edge of the valve cover. I like using those a lot more because it spreads the load out, and you don't get that.
And I've got a set of those for a chrome set of valve covers that I had, but I chose when I rebuilt the motor not to use the chrome ones, and I'm just using the stock bolts. And on a Chrysler, I don't know, I forget what they are on the Chev. I think Chev's only got what, 4 bolts that hold it on.
Yep. 4, one in each one. Well, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom.
Yeah, so Chrysler has 3 on the bottom and 2 on the top, and they're staggered. So the one that's not the one that's leaking is the one closest to the front on the passenger side.
Right.
So I did take a 1/2-inch extension and took the flat end and just tap it with a hammer to kind of get that little bow potentially down. But I think at this point, I think the gaskets are a little bit soaked, and I'm probably going to end up having to put new ones on. And I never had issues. I'm using the same covers now that I had on it before.
All right. What I do is I take a small socket, about the size of the head of the bolt. So the inside opening is about the size of the head of the bolt. And then I'll just take the ball end of a ball peen hammer and just give it you're just ever so slightly tapping it, because you just want to make it a little bit, not flat. You want to make it a little bit concave in the other direction. Not a big difference, just a slight one. And the other thing, you can take those chrome things you have, you can take them to a wire wheel, dechrome them, and then you can paint them the same color as your valve cover, so you can use them and they'll disappear. Well, they won't disappear. You just be less noticeable.
Well, and I think at this point, I'm just going to go back to the chrome or to the cork gaskets. I mean, they're only like 20, 25 bucks for a set. So. And
then just a very thin layer of RTV in between the gasket and the valve cover. And don't put anything in between the cork gasket and the cast iron head.
Yeah.
You just leave that plain, because the cast iron head will mold to the bottom of the cork, and you shouldn't have any leaks then.
Yeah. I'll just walk her full of RTV, the whole friggin' thing.
Booger snotted, huh? Oh, I hate when you first pull apart an engine that somebody's been in and they just booger snotted the whole freaking thing, thinking more is better.
Yeah. Or when you take the oil pan off and there's like strings of RTV sucked up in the oil sump.
Yep. It's like, no, not all. And like some of the newer oil pan gaskets, you're not supposed to use any RTV at all. Like they specifically tell you don't use RTV. And
GM's got those ones that are metal infused, like they're a rubber gasket. They got the aluminum strip on the inside. You're not supposed to use anything with them.
The ones that I use now are from Mr. Gasket, and they actually have the metal washers at each one of the bolt holes.
Yep.
So you can only crush it so far. And yeah, it's a rubber gasket with metal washers spaced through it, and it's a 1-piece oil pan gasket instead of the 4-piece.
Yeah, well, transmissions are using the same thing
so much. Yeah. Those and the other cool thing is those ones come with those threaded oil pan guides. You thread the little plastic things up into each one of the 4 corners. You just slide the oil pan up on, and then it holds it there. All you got to do is, and I save those. I throw them in my toolbox, and I'll use them for putting up other pans. As long as it has that same thread, just thread them up in there, slide the pan up on it, holds it there, so that way you can let the RTV dry a little bit or whatever you're using, or until you can get the bolts and get it up in, instead of trying to finagle it with 3 hands trying to freaking get the bolt started in, so that way you don't lose the gasket. It doesn't shift that place.
Yeah.
Hey Ryan, what's up? So how many is this your first engine you've played with, Jason, or have you played with other ones?
Oh no, this is the this is the 2.5 times I've had this one apart.
Say that again, I missed it.
I said this is I've rebuilt the motor twice for this car. So once on one block, once on a second block, and then this time was new head, so I tore it down to the short block.
All right.
But I'm not much as far as Chrysler engines go. I've done plenty of 350s, 302s, 307s in the past. GM, yeah. So
I'm mainly a GM guy. I mean, sure, I'd love to freaking tinker around with some other stuff, but all through coming up through what I've done, it's always been GM stuff. We got a crazy gamer in here. I don't think I've seen him before. I might have seen him before, but I don't know. I'm just glad, like the one that's in my TA right now, I haven't had to touch. I went down to I went all the way down to Tennessee for that when it was already built. Has less than like 500 and some miles on it, so I don't have to play with that one.
well, I said if this particular one doesn't work out the way I want it to, the next one's going to be a fuel injected Hemi.
Yeah, I am debating. I'm looking into a. You saw in the live stream chat that I have during the week. I'm looking into Holley's fuel injection setup. It looks like a quadrijet carburetor. I'm really hesitant on jumping on that because that's $1,200. I mean, granted, they have a payment plan where it's only like $100 a month, but that's going to eat up a lot of my funding for doing other things on YouTube for the next year. Unless my channel.
Now.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I might wait a month or two. I just like the car runs decent enough right now, and I have to do the truck first. Figured after I get the truck done, I'll go and do it. But I don't want to wait too much longer because I don't want to get too far into the summer season before I do it. But I know that if I don't do that, I don't think the car will be on the road at all this summer, because to rebuild the carburetor is like $400 to $500 flat out, boom. And that one obviously you can't do payments.
You can buy a new carburetor for that, can't you?
Yeah, but it's finding this carburetor. It's a specific carburetor for the Pontiac 400 to fit underneath that shaker.
Oh, right.
And I still, even if I bought a new one, I'd still have to get it sent out to go get flow benched for the cam. So either way, I'm still gonna have to go send it out to get tuned, which could be another, $50 to $100 anyway.
Hey, Kim, did you see Plastic Ride Society's video on the Lincoln Versailles?
No, I haven't seen it. Not yet.
It's one of the new ones he posted up, I think, today. I watched it. I thought of you because basically it's a Ford Granada, or Granada, however you want to say it, in the Lincoln version.
Yeah.
Did you see what they said?
Mini town car.
Stick a 440 with a 6-pack underneath that hood.
Yeah.
I would definitely surprise some people. Like, I mean, your car looks like a high-end, like, I'm not going to say a high-end luxury car, but it's got that luxury car-esque look to it.
Of course, it's a Chrysler.
Can you imagine if it screamed like a freaking, like a Hemi Charger?
Yeah, put a Hellcat in it.
There you go. You guys, you wouldn't be able to keep rear ends in it. The Hellcats can't keep rear ends in it.
And if I'm not mistaken, the Granada was a Fox body, was it not?
No.
I think that was just before the Fox body. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. Hold on.
I think the Granada was bigger than a Fox body because the Fairmont is the Fox body. So if the Granada is the same shape, is the same body as the Fairmont, then I would say yes. But the Fairmont was the original Fox body.
We're all Googling now.
So I went down to the junkyard the other day for parts hunting for the truck and for the Trans Am. Definitely struck out completely for the Nova. There were the only Novas that were down there. There was one that looked like it was all there until I walked up on it and realized it was a dirt track car. And yeah, that was an instant nope. And then there was a couple 4-doors down there, but they were already all gutted. And then I did score some parts for the truck, so that the way when I get the fluid pump, which is sitting behind me in the truck, it'll be ready to go. But
according to Wikipedia, the Granada did go to the Fox body chassis, but not until 1980. So anything before 80 was, yeah.
So it shared the body with the Fairmont.
Yep.
Well, the Fairmont came out when for the Fox body? That was
78, I think, is what I just read.
Yeah. And the Mustang.
That's what your grant is.
The Fox body after that, because I knew that they took the Fairmont chassis and made the Mustang out of it.
I think the Fox body for the Mustang was 78 as well.
Oh, yeah, 78 or 79.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere I read that the Fairmont used the Fox body platform first. But
that is what I understand as well.
So the Fairmont had to have been before the Mustang then. Well, that generation Mustang.
You're gonna make me go back to Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Statistic
I'll
man.
get there before you.
Oh my God, it's a race.
Yeah, the 3rd generation Mustang was produced from 78 to 93, which was the Ford Fox body platform.
Okay, so then the Fairmont had to come out before that then, even if it was just a little bit.
Oh yeah, the Fairmont was a. Yeah, I'm not up on my Fords.
I think the Fairmont came out the same year, 78, but it may have been the first of the 78 Fox bodies. That'd be my guess on the whole thing.
I don't know. I had a friend that had one. That's what he was telling me about it. So, like I said, my information didn't come from Wikipedia or Google.
Well, just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's true.
That is very true.
But I was showing Jason before I. Oh, there goes my kid's binky. The only reason these binkies are still in the house is because they have. My kid had custom binkies made.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And that one, and then there was this one. That'll focus.
Nice. Mini NOVAtazz customs.
These I kept. He's no longer using binkies anymore, but no. One of the nice things that I found in the junkyard, and it's very lucky for me because most of the time these are gone, but finally get to replace my emblem on my nose of my TA. It's been running around with just the metal backing plate because it got smashed in when I lived in Reading, and I haven't replaced them. And those ones aren't new; they're obviously not new, but they're better than what I have. So, where did all the Puntos and Mavericks? I have seen quite a few Mavericks around. There's quite a few of them around where I'm at.
They went away. Thank you, Lord.
Yes,
forever.
No, they rusted away is the correct,
I like the Mavericks.
Rust in peace.
Yeah.
You guys, I take it you guys are fans of the Mavericks?
No.
Oh, back when I was a kid, we had a 4-door. It was like a 76 or something like that, and even back then, I could remember it was a crap car.
I like the way the Mavericks look. The 2-door.
Yeah, they look good, but anything. Yeah, we had a 4-door, so.
But yeah, I really did like the way those ones looked. I mean, when they are, I can understand from factory them being really crap cars, but when you find people that get a hold of them and restore them or customize them, they come out really, really sharp. Just obviously Ford did not produce them to the potential that they could have been. Especially when you stuck like a 302 underneath the hood.
kind of along the same lines as the Plymouth Valari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like the most recalled car I think ever made.
Mm.
I thought that was the Chevy.
No, you're getting that confused with just about everything Chevy.
Okay.
Wow.
Modern day. I'm talking modern day because.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Anyways, guys, I got to take off here, but before I go, I wanted to share this with you. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that popped up in my feed today from a year ago.
Wow. So you've made 1,000 subscribers in 1 year.
Yep.
Because you're just about at 1,092, right?
Oh, I'm at 1181 right now, I think.
Okay, so you've made 1,100 subscribers in a year. I'm still I have gone stagnant. I'm at 1259, which it is what it is. And then again, I haven't been producing videos except for these live streams, except for the I have one I'm editing right now, which is a junkyard video, and then I have the one last week where I got the TA started back again, and that's basically the only actual content videos I've made this year. I think there was one beginning of January.
Anyways, on that note, guys, I got to take off, so we'll talk to y'all later and see you to everybody.
Take care.
Catch Jason and Grant on their respective YouTube channels on Thursday nights at 8 Eastern.
8 Eastern. This week. This week it's on my channel.
Okay, so it's on Old Car Auto Guys channel this week. Damn, your name is a tongue twister. Did you know that?
I changed my name to like Bob's channel or something like that.
Just change it to Peter Piper Pickle Peppers. That'll be fine.
Yeah, there you go. All right, guys. Take care.
See you later.
All right, take care. See you guys. See you later. Well, we're not all disappearing. Only Jason's going.
Yeah.
Unless you guys are, unless you're piecing out as well.
Not quite yet. I got a little bit more. The video I was trying to do was choppy as hell, so I had to get away from it for a while.
Like the editing when you're playing it through. Yeah. Normally, what I find that does that, it's either your computer running out of RAM, or sometimes like you just have too much going on in the editing. Like my editing software has a feature to where I can render it, but not like render it to finish it, and then it'll basically just stitch everything I've done so far together so I can watch it. And then sometimes you'll see whether or not the video itself is actually choppy, or if it's just your computer having a hard time keeping up with what you're doing.
Oh, I know it's the computer having issues. It's an older thing, and I've got just about every piece of hard drive space used up on it.
Do what I did. Get yourself a portable hard drive.
I just bought one.
Yep. And don't get I made the mistake of using the spin-up drive ones before. Don't get them. They fail. Stick with an SSD. Yep. This one's actually 1 terabyte.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, you just need to get the stuff off of your hard drive so that way it frees up space, because once the hard drive starts filling up, it starts trying to use the RAM as hard drive space, and then the RAM can't dump off some of its load onto the hard drives, because sometimes it'll use hard drive space as RAM as well.
Yeah.
But I'm lucky. This computer's got a pretty good setup. I just started cluttering it up with too many bits and pieces of videos. I have another announcement. I bought Bit the Bullet on it's a Huion. It's basically a drawing tablet for a computer, so I can basically it's a drawing surface that I can use a pen with. but for using it on the computer, so I can do like my T-shirts and stuff that I do. I can do them a lot easier. So I'm gonna fiddle around with that and see how that comes out with. Maybe I'll have some more radical style designs for T-shirts and different things. The other thing I want to do is I want to start making digital renders of my cars the way I want them to be when they're finished. And I haven't done it because if you've ever drawn on a computer with a mouse, it's damn near pointless.
Now I'm gonna tell you about my son. He is in the auto refinishing program at the local technical center, and he has been tasked with designing their T-shirt and a bunch of other stuff. And he's actually been using a mouse in Photoshop to do all the renderings. And during the last teacher conference we had, the instructor showed us these pictures, and holy crap, absolutely incredible. And now he's next year going to be switching to the digital arts because it's just unbelievable what he's doing with these things.
I'm sure he's using a much better mouse than I am.
Nope. It's just about the same thing. Yep. They showed me. Yeah. Showed me exactly what he was using.
Mine doesn't have any of the pads left on the bottom. So this thing.
Okay, maybe it's a little bit better.
It sucks. It's jumpy all over the place. I mean, obviously I can do what I need to do. You've seen the renders that I have come up with. I think you've seen them. I mean, all of my T-shirts that I did, not this one. I cannot claim this one. I picked this one up when I went down to go pick up that motor down in Tennessee. This was at a truck stop. I love this shirt. It's got Bandit on the front and Snowman on the back. Can't go wrong with that. But hey, we got Grant and Steve in the chat. We just shouted out your live stream there, Grant. Again, that's Thursday nights at 8 o'clock. Kip's live streams here. They're Friday at 8. 8 o'clock. And that's Eastern, or is that
Eastern? Yeah.
Eastern. Yep. And we definitely have Steve from Hammer Down Motorsports in the chat. And I am just about drooling. I have seen hints of. I know what the IROC Z that they have coming out. There's a guy producing the new IROC Zs. He has the permission from GM to use the nameplate. And I think last year at the convention in Las Vegas,
SEMA,
he had his IROC Z down there.
Yeah, I watched the video on that.
Yeah, that blue one.
Yeah.
Well, if you haven't checked out Steve's channel yet, or at least his Instagram, you should do that because I do believe he's hinting at going that direction with his SS.
Wow.
So it's gonna be. I cannot wait. That's gonna look sick. It's gonna look. I'm all giddy. I love the way that the IROC Z looked at the SEMA, and to see it to see Steve come that direction is going to be amazing.
Damn.
So you're definitely going to have to go check that out. And I do have to regretfully inform everyone there will not be a race between the Kia and the Rio. The Rio has up and fled to Coop. It has run away scared from the Kia and won't be racing it. As Jess just said, the Kia is chicken shit. I mean, not the Kia, the Rio. And it's run from chaos. Did you know anything about that, Kip?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Steve has bought a car from Copart last year. It was a Rio. A Reno, not a Rio. And that was right about the time that when we were on a certain somebody else's live stream. I'm sure Steve will let us know who that person was. They were talking about racing 6 cylinders and stuff like that against each other. And oh yeah, I know, because Grant just reminded me that it's not going back and forth. It's because when Kip was talking that static in his whatever was causing it to flicker back and forth. They want people to get did not want to get people what is that, epilepsy. But anyway, he got the car from Copart, and he fixed it up. It had a bunch of cylinder head issues and whatever. And we were supposed to race when he got it done, and it went to a good home before we were able to do that. So it definitely went to a good home. It's getting repurposed a very good way. Just we won't get to have any fun with it. We'll have to find something else to race. Well, we both had Dodge Rams, but I have to get mine. We both have to get them up and on the road first. And I'm definitely not racing his 2019. Forget that. That thing weighs way too much more, way more horsepower than my 01 does. Pretty sure his second gen makes more horsepower than mine does too, because it's got the V10 in it.
Nice.
But we could go mud bogging. There is a certain death trap of a mud hole that Send It Steve keeps finding stranded vehicles in. And his 95 has 300. I don't think the 360 has 300 horsepower. I'm not positive. I never checked to see how much horsepower the 360 makes. Though I do believe my truck is lighter than his. His yeah, there we go. I definitely love the mud bogger. But yeah, me and Steve have been trying to work out a video to collab with, and just like I said, that Reno was going to be the something we could do, and it just didn't happen. So we're gonna have to come up with something new.
This means he's gonna have to buy another car.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna do another Copart build. I don't think he said. Okay, his is a regular cab, and mine is the 4-door. It's not it doesn't have the true 4 doors. It's the 2 full doors and then the 2 half doors. And I have the 8-foot bed. I think I'm not sure what size bed he has. Not the 8. Did I say 8 foot or 6 foot? I have the 6-foot bed. So I have the regular bed with the extended cab, which is the same length, I think, as a regular cab with an 8-foot bed.
Mm.
Okay, so I think our trucks are probably pretty much about the same length. Ooh, excuse me. Yours is going to be heavier because of the 2500. Mine's only a 1500. They have a stronger, beefier frame, and then you got the V10's heavier. So that'd be some fun going mud bogging. Though I don't think Steve can take his F450 in the mud anymore.
That mud pit that they were going through, I don't know if many vehicles that can make it through there. That thing looked like, slicker than snot. I don't know.
Have you seen my truck, Kip?
No.
It's not. It's basically. Girlfriend's watching something over there. It's distracting.
No, the cat sneezed and made my butt bounce. Because he's under the couch.
My girlfriend is sitting in the living room, and she just told me apparently the cat is hiding underneath the couch, and it sneezed, and it's right under her, and it made her butt bounce. But yeah, I have the off-road edition, so mine sits like 2.5 inches higher than a stock 4-wheel drive from factory, and then I have 12.5 by 33 by 12.5 mud boggers on it. So I'm not saying I won't get stuck, but I think it'd be a fair try to do it. Plus, mine's a longer wheelbase than the ones that they were running through there. The Jeep and that Taser.
Yep.
And I mean, even though the Jeep had a decent set of tires on it, but if you notice, they weren't necessarily new tires on that truck.
Yep.
I think that was part of the reason why it was having issues. But then again, my me and Steve's trucks might just sink. We're quite a bit heavier than those ones.
Yeah, I think it's definitely possible.
Steve's tires are a little bit bigger than mine are.
Rear locker.
Mine has you have the open diff in the rear, don't you? Mine has. I'm lucky. The off-road edition comes with a limited slip diff in the rear. So when I get on it, both rears do lock. And then of course the front rears, they have that actuator that slides over to lock the front together, which I just picked up at the junkyard. It's one of the pieces that I picked up at the junkyard earlier this week. So definitely needed that. Mine was rusted solid. Now, how are you going to buy an actual locker for the rear, or are you just going to weld it up solid? But yeah, I was playing around with mine before the transmission went down. 2 feet of snow, literally 2 feet of snow, 24 inches of snow, and that thing was driving through it like it was a dry road. You got to imagine that snow is as high as the front bumper of that truck. So all 4 of the tires were underneath the snow, and it was pulling the truck through it. The roads were not plowed at all.
Yeah, it's a pretty damn good truck.
Yeah, until the transmission went on it.
I have heard that that's an issue with that generation Ram truck.
Yeah, it has several. So most of the time, though, it's just the electronics, which if you get lucky enough that it's the electronics that go, then it's an easy fix. As far as if you aren't afraid to open up the transmission, it's an easy fix. Literally, all you have to do is drop the valve body and swap the electronics out. It's just about $300 for the electronics. Like just in parts, like $300 for the electronics. But mine wasn't that. At first, the front seal went, and I replaced that, and then a couple months later, all of the I had no fluid pressure. I had thought that the clutch packs burn up. When I took it apart, the clutch packs were fine. Put all brand new clutch packs, rebuilt the whole transmission, threw it back together with a new converter. At that point, we had to move from where I was living to where I'm at now. And we just literally loaded up the truck with as much stuff as we could fit in it. And I drove it all the way up the mountain to where we're at now. And that's about as far as it got. It literally cooked the brand new clutch packs that I had in it, cooked them. If you watch the video from when I took it apart the second time, they're all warped and black. So yeah, I was still having issues. I took it apart a couple more times, thinking that it was the valve body that went. And finally broke down, bought a pressure tester, and found out that it's low on fluid in every single test. Which the only reason it would be low in fluid on every single test is if the fluid pump wasn't working. So there's a fluid pump sitting behind me in a box, and it's just waiting for me to stuff the truck back in the garage and pull that transmission down again.
I don't envy you on that.
No, because that's a four-wheel. That's the transfer case and the transmission, and I may or may not have access to a transmission jack. So, hey, Burning Rubber Garage and Grimm's Auto Service. Welcome to the chat. There is no valve in my tranny cooler line. I have braided lines that go straight from the transmission into a aftermarket into an aftermarket cooler, and then back again. I do not have the stock lines in it anymore, or the stock tranny cooler. That was replaced long before I got the truck. Yeah, the converter was all the way in. But
well,
it'll
I think,
definitely.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to bail on you. I'm gonna try and get some more work done on my video and then head to bed.
Alrighty. Well, hopefully chat keeps us going because I definitely am pretty sure I have somebody else popping in just after 10 o'clock. If I make it that long.
Right.
But see you guys. See you next week. And like I said, don't forget to check out his live stream Friday nights at 8 o'clock on his channel. That is American Bumper to Bumper. America Bumper to Bumper.
Yeah. Check you later.
All right. See you. Peace. All right. I will definitely check into that again, Steve, when I go take it apart. Because it's obviously won't be running. I'll have to push it into the shop when I take it apart. But I'm pretty sure we had it seated all the way down because we did it with the transmission outside of the truck before we threw it up in. Anybody got some exciting news they would like to share in the chat? Or anything you guys would like to talk about? I know that we have the official release date, or at least official unveiling of the C8 Corvette. I saw that earlier this week. And yeah, Steve, it did drop in twice. I know that the Chevys, I think, is 3 times. With the TH350s, it drops in 3 times. So the official unveiling of the C8 this week, or the release, the date that they're going to unveil it, which means they probably have a lot of the bugs worked out of it. Let's see what else we got. I said I went to the junkyard this past week, got a bunch of parts for the TA, and for the truck, I will unveil that video next week. Let's see. I know that we got to wait for the little bit of lag that's in here. Oh, we got I think Hammer Down hit the subscriber goal this week. Let me see what his exact numbers are right now. Yep, 1,200 subscribers and 1,271 subscribers. Thank thoughts on the Jeep Gladiator, the new one. Let me double check to see which one that one is. Oh yes. I don't know if there's a favorable opinion, but I definitely like the way the Jeep Gladiator looks. It's remnants of like the old Comanches. In fact, actually, it would be really kind of sweet if they made it a 2-door with the bed. Yeah, you have 12,071 subscribers according to my phone. But yeah, I like the way that the Jeep Gladiator looks. They actually unveiled that, I think, like a year or 2 ago at SEMA. You know what? I would like to just hit 10,000 subs. That'd be amazing. But I got a long way to go there. My first goal is right now is 1,500, and that's just to get back to where I was at the beginning of the year. Yeah, 2-door with the bed and the Hemi. Yeah, that'd be freaking sweet. Ooh, excuse me. What the hell, man? I lost a sub. See that? I need to stop talking so much. I'm losing subs. I don't know if you guys were in here earlier when I was talking about possibly picking up an EFI unit for the Trans Am. Not sure if any of you guys have seen it yet. I do have it up on my Instagram. Any thoughts on any red Camaro V6s? I haven't seen any I liked so far, so let's just put it that way. But let's see. This is the setup that I was looking to get. If it'll focus. Come on. There we go. That's the setup I'm looking to get. Just afraid to pull the trigger on it because that's a lot of money, and I just don't know. I don't know. I'm worried about getting it. I know in the long run it'll be worth it, but it's going to be tight until it pays itself off. Yeah, do you guys have thoughts on the EFI style carburetor? Well, it's not a carburetor, but the EFI throttle bodies for the classic cars. I mean, I know that everybody would rather just, I guess, LS swap things, but that particular car, I'm not looking to LS swap. I don't think I ever want the Trans Am to have anything but a Pontiac engine in it. I did look at the Sniper EFI. I think that was that one and the Fit Tech, I think, was the first two that I looked at. But the problem with both of those is they go with a square bore intake, and neither one of those will fit my Trans Am without modifying the shaker, and that's not what I'm trying to avoid, having to cut up that shaker. Which is why this one that I showed you, it is a Quadrajet spread bore. It's even got the small main ports, and then the larger secondaries. Basically the same style as a Quadrajet or Rochester. I mean, I have like I said, it's not a thing I have against the Z06, like the LS platform or anything like that. It is literally just the fact that I have a special spot for Pontiacs and Pontiac engines. And I would like to keep this car with a Pontiac branded engine in it. I did go through a lot of trouble going down to Tennessee to go get that motor, and I don't want to be like everyone else and just run with an LS. Not in that car. Now the Nova is a different story. The Nova, I am looking at putting a modern drivetrain in it, engine, trans, whatever. But just I'm not looking to do that with this one. I don't know. I like the way your Dart sounds too much. I don't know if I would go with a modern Hemi though. I mean, if you're going to go that far, why don't you just go with the Demon engine or the Hellcat engine? But I mean, unless you can get a big block Hemi. I mean, I don't like those the smaller Hemi engines. I don't like. I mean, it's basically, as far as I'm concerned, they were literally just a gimmick to get people to buy, the Durangos and the Dodge trucks with the Hemi in them. But that Hemi is so freaking tiny. 340, that'd be nice. One of my favorite cars growing up was the 340 Dusters. I absolutely love the 340 Dusters. I know that they were the smaller, you know, it wasn't a CUDA or a Charger, but I just like the way that those smaller, I'm not sure what the B bodies, but I like the way that the smaller Mopars looked. And if anybody who's followed my channel knows that the carburetor that was on the TA that came with that motor, it never worked. I never could get the car running with that the Quadrajet on it because it needs to be rebuilt. It's bad. I do have it sitting on the front porch. I was planning on getting it rebuilt last year. Hurt my finger, which I'm not sure if you can see that. It's still not right. This one's a little bit still messed up. I can't close it or open it the way that I need to. But it stopped me from being able to do what, you know, making extra money to be able to afford that carburetor to be rebuilt. And I don't see me having that much cash together in one spot this year before the end of driving season, which is why I was really thinking about going with the CFI. If I can get it, it would mean that the car would be on the road a hell of a lot sooner. And I'm tired of not driving my cars. They've been sitting way too long. And I'd like to drive at least one of them. I do have to thank you guys that watch my videos because it does help. Also sold quite a few of the shirts over the last year, which that also helps as well. It's definitely helped me afford to do some of the things that I've done on the channel. Is the FitTech, is that self-tuning as well? I know that the Holly is. I'm not selling this Bandit shirt, man. I got this Bandit shirt down in Tennessee. Actually, no, I think I got it in Virginia. But it's pretty cool because on the front it's got the Bandit, and on the back it's got the Snowman. Oh. I was thinking about making some Bandit-esque shirts, but I'm worried about copyright and all that stuff. Steve, I bought it down in a gas station down in Virginia off of, I don't know if that's 83 or 81. But that was a couple years ago. That was back in 2014 or 15. That's how long it's been since I went down and got that motor, and the car's still not on the road. Oh. Guy's gonna have to give me a second. I gotta go grab a beer. Oh. Oh. Something's always breaking on my cars or on your own. Well, that is the nature of things. Things never broke. We would never need new things. Oh. Now, generally, I like fixing things. I just don't like spending money to fix them. In fact, most of the things that I have not been new. They've been either something that I've rebuilt or something that I pulled out of a scrapyard. So, while I got everybody in here, what is everybody's beverage of choice tonight? Does not need to be alcoholic. Mine today is, I'm going with Guinness tonight. Rims Auto's got a Bud Light. Classic Ride Society's got the classic H2O. And wow, Steve is not drinking a Canadian beer tonight. Milk and cookies. Oh my God, best ever. Girlfriend approves. So, Santa, when are you going to be dropping off of those all those car parts at my house that I'm not paying for? Since you know, that's what I want for Christmas. Are you going to be stupid enough to come over here? Perhaps that. As soon as he picks his sleigh, let me guess, it's broke. All right, let's see. Has anybody had any weird experiences visiting a junkyard? That should be a good topic for the chat room here. Weird experiences in the junkyard. Well, that doesn't sound fun. Low Lid was stung by a wasp in the junkyard. Now, was it a big junkyard and you were far away from help, or got a 1962 Impala hubcap for 50 cents? I don't know if that's considered weird, though. Cool story, but I don't know if it's weird. Depending on what you refer to as weird. Well, I guess that would have to been, you know, that's a whole age-old study. What is chaos for the fly is normal for the spider. Well, now there you go. I'm gonna have to check out the Burning Rubber Garage for his video. Once when I was a kid, I was at one that had a buffalo. You had to watch it. Now that's weird. A stray buffalo in a junkyard. Imagine trying to freaking hunt parts and also watch your ass to make sure you didn't get freaking punted. Once removed the PCM from a Cavalier with an old jack handle. I think you removed that sucker with force. Small yard, no medical needed, but it hurt like hell. Yeah, I bet. I lost my. I actually lost this, not this particular ring, because we never found that, the one that I lost. But I had a wasp nest in a car cover when I was moving, and in fact, actually, it was covering a bunch of junkyard parts. And I went to go move the car cover, and a wasp had built a nest inside of the car cover, literally ate the car cover. And one came out and stung me, and in my frantic haste to try to get rid of the swarm of stinging insects, I lost my ring. It went flying, and we never did find it. So I ended up having to get this one replaced. Let's see. Changed the T case in a bullpen once. Let me guess. You guys were herding some animals and the transfer case broke. I have not been to a junkyard in a year. Used to leave. You know what? If you do not leave with a pocket full of fuses and or relays, then you are not using your junkyard to its full potential. I am forever leaving with nuts and bolts, fuses, you name it. If it's small enough to fit in the bottom of the toolbox or in my pocket, it will walk out of that junkyard, because I do not see the point in paying for stupid stuff that they're not going to freaking, you know. If I can hide it, I will definitely try to walk out with it. Let's just say this was free and is now falling on the floor. Found a kitten in a BMW engine bay. Not Hollow wasn't. Scarlet was.
Scarlet was finding your car.
Hollow is now trying to put his cat toys in his food bowl. No, I didn't break it. It's still good. Though, you have to watch my next video. There was an epic fail in my last my junkyard haul. You have to watch it. But actually, Classic Ride Society, your story about the cat in the BMW engine bay is kind of close to how we ended up with Scarlet, which was the first cat I got after my long-term cat Harley passed away. At that point, we were living down in Auburn, and I had my Nova shells sitting outside in the driveway. And Hollow, as this little tiny Scarlet, as this little tiny little furball of a kitten, had gotten himself stuck inside the one wheel well of my Nova, right underneath of the quarter window. So underneath the quarter window, but in front of the wheel well. He had gotten himself stuck down in there. He had slipped down in and he couldn't get out. So we ended up having to rescue him.
This one.
Oh, come here. It is actually this cat here, who is probably not going to want to be on camera. But yeah, this was my my Nova rescue cat. So he was on he was a barnyard cat and got stuck, and now he wants to go.
Quickly pause.
Okay, I guess my next topic would be still waiting for my friend to show up. Bought 2 cats home from your shop. Well, we only had my Harley, my original cat. I had him for well over 13 years. He was originally born in the auto body shop at my tech school. And then we have Scarlet, who we caught by him getting stuck in my Nova. That was the only 2 cats that I had that we found car related. Our other black cat, Hollow, we found him at the there's a store up here called the Country Junction, and he was a rescue from the woods. So he was there. He was an orphaned cat from the woods, and we picked him up. Now, I've never been lucky enough to pick up a pet at a swap meet. One guy picked up both his cats from a swap meet and a pit bull. I would have a pit bull, but we're not allowed to have them here. Looking to see if my my friend is getting on anytime soon. If I were to buy another Copart car, any suggestions of what I should get? Depends on how much money you're willing to put down. Honestly, I'd say get a Jeep or a truck. Though again, you know, you could always find yourself a nice little V6 Camaro in the Copart. Nice bright red, maybe. I haven't really found old owner's manuals in a lot of the cars that I had. They're normally pretty clean of paperwork. I'd say any muscle car from the early 2000s should be around should definitely be able to get something for around 3K for that. Yeah, Wicked Fabs, we're in that same tornado watch here. We had a pretty good rainstorm here a couple of minutes ago. It seems to be down for down about now. Though I did get a good find. I went and stopped at the Advanced Auto across the street from where I live before I went out to the scrapyard, and they had these on sale. What are they called? They're gear wrench brand, and they were 50% off, and I picked up two 8-piece sets, and they were about $30 a pop. And I got both metric and standard. And what, these are nicer than the Craftsman ones that I have now. Now, whether or not they'll stand up to the ones that I have, but these are definitely nicer than the ones I have. I'll have to do a review on those in a couple weeks after I get to play with them a little bit more. You know what? Honestly, I have no idea how the stream is going on your guys' end because I don't have that part playing. I have no idea how well the stream is going. You guys will have to let me know. Right now, looks like we have 6 viewers at the moment. So, do anybody know what we are sitting at for likes at the moment? I don't think this has been one of my more most viewed streams, but you know what? I don't really care. Just the fact of sitting down here, hanging out with you guys is enough for me. We have 6 likes. Okay, that's not the world's records for likes on this stream, but you know what? My regulars are here, and that's what matters. But yeah, if any of you guys have a Advanced Auto, see if they are still carrying these. Like I said, the 8-piece set was 50% off at the place that I went to, and when they're regularly like $90 to $100 for a set of 8, I think that's a damn good deal. That's because the goat hasn't found me yet. Big E, are you gonna pop up on camera, or are you just gonna hang out in the chat? Steve, you got to get your mezzanine done so you can pop up here in the video, man. Yeah, I'm not very good at talking to myself. I know you guys are all here in the chat, but sometimes sometimes talking to myself gets a little weird. The Facebook link will work. That damn goat's still causing me problems. I think that's because it takes a screenshot of the live stream after I start it, and he was definitely in here in the beginning of the stream. It will get changed. I make a thumbnail at the beginning before I start every stream, and it won't let me put it up until the stream's over because YouTube's a pain in the ass. But yeah, after the stream is over, if I can get it, after the stream is over, this will be the thumbnail after the stream is over. So, you know, we got that going on. I talked about the EFI throttle body, the truck, like I said, the fluid pump is sitting behind me. As soon as I get the Trans Am to the point to where I feel comfortable pulling out of the garage, which means replacing the driver's side door, putting the weather stripping on it to make sure the car itself is sealed up again. We'll get the truck in the shop and get the transmission hopefully back to the way it should be, and then we can go have fun with that. Steve, if you hold on, I'll get you. Oh. What project am I coming up to be the most creative with? Honestly, it's not even car related. I have two cedar chests that are sitting in here. If you guys watch my Instagram, you've seen the jewelry cabinet that I had made for my girlfriend, the black and purple one. There's a cedar chest that I am doing to match that cabinet. That's also going to go with that set. I should be starting that this week, depending on if I get a couple nice days, because the first thing I got to do is take it outside and sand it down, which means I don't want to leave it outside. But it'll be the same sort of theme. It's going to be black. Obviously, I'm not going to coat the cedar that much, but definitely going to have some of the same flair as the jewelry cabinet had, because I want them to match. And that's going to be going to hold on. Let's see. Hold on, guys. You know, when you're doing this by yourself, it's not as easy as when you're doing it with everyone else. All right. Let's see. There you go. Check your Facebook messages, Elliot. I just sent you the invite again. Just got an old Impala towed in with an axle hanging out. Have to fix this week. Now that sounds like the C-clip broke. But yeah, I actually do a lot of custom work that isn't to do with cars. I mean, now granted, I do some automotive stuff. I've made my engine table. I made a whole living room set out of used, not used tires, but they were big, low-profile SUV tires. Made some end tables out of those. My old Cadillac engine at one point was an end table. I've done definitely my whole bedroom set at one point was all refurbished eclectic dressers. They were all different styles, but when I finished them, all of them looked like they belonged together because they used all the same hardware and the same color stain, but yet the design of all of them was actually different. I think that's quite a far time to drag your truck all the way out to me. Yeah, that's quite a distance. I know where you live, and I don't know if it'd be worth hauling it all the way out here. It probably actually cost you less money to haul me out to your truck than it would cost you to haul your truck out to me. There we go. Hey, William, Singer's finally here. Never late. Never late unless the stream is no longer here. We're not going anywhere just yet, so you're good to go. I was not in the garage this week working on the TA because I took my day off and I went down to the junkyard this week. Ended up getting some parts like this one. In fact, you're seeing double because I have two of them. Parts like that and some other stuff that I've needed for the TA. I was actually on the hunt for a battery box because right now, a battery tray, because right now my battery tray, I don't have one. And one of the reasons I couldn't go drive the car last time I had it was because I didn't know where to put the battery when it's together. Hey, Biggie. Not sure we can hear you.
Big bird.
No, can't hear you. But you do have a box. Is that a box with a cat? You have a Lucy in a box. He has a Lucy in a box.
It's a big bird.
Mm-hmm. Big bird with a little cat.
Cats eat birds.
Let's see. Definitely do agree. I'm definitely enjoying the weather. Though it seems to always rain on my day off. I almost got struck by lightning on my my trip to the junkyard the other day. I forget, that was at Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. It was either Monday or Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. Was that Tuesday?
What?
My day off. I think it was Tuesday. But it started. I was down in the old car section. If I'm not sure if any of you guys know the old Ringgold garage up here, but probably not. It's a good half mile from the old car section uphill to where you know the exit to the yard. And of course, I had my arms completely fully loaded, fully loaded, and had to walk a half mile up to the front of the yard. And I had a mishap right at the exit, which you're gonna have to watch the video to find out what that was. But yeah, so that was my my entertainment last week, and the reason why I wasn't at the garage. Though Saturday I did go up to go check on the Novas. We had to move them, and went to go check up on them, and so that was a thing. I can't wait to get those in the shop. Elliot, you got sound yet? Nope. You're just gonna have to, you know, yeah, there we go. You're just gonna have to meme it, mime it. We have We have a girlfriend in the chat room. Probably just in here to harass Elliot. All right, so in case you don't know it, the guy that I have up on my screen here that's going to wave at you here in a second.
He's not coming out.
He's not there?
No.
He is on my screen.
He's not on mine.
Hmm. Normally it shows all the guys that are on the bottom.
There he is.
Oh, no, I think he just disappeared.
Why does he look like a fuzzy 12-year-old?
Who?
Big Bird.
I don't know. Is that wind? Is our house blowing away?
Yeah.
I think the wind just hit us, so
Look, fly away.
oh wait, hold on. There
What?
we go. Oh, I hear you.
Holy Jesus.
Ow, cat.
Took long enough.
I know, right? I have no idea if I just shared something I didn't want to share to everyone. I don't know. Maybe not.
What'd you do?
I don't think I did anything. I'm good. I just went and checked. So this is a lovely bunch of coconuts in the chat. Is the same Big E that I have up here on the screen. We all call him Big E, otherwise known as Elliot. So, and apparently you guys aren't seeing like in the chat. Like I know a lot of times when we do it, down in the bottom of the screen, it shows everybody's picture, but apparently it's not doing that this time.
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm not doing that, but oh well. Oh. But it'll flip back and forth now because as soon as you talk, it'll show your screen.
Yeah.
He has way too many habits.
I like this William person.
I don't know who William Singer is. Jessicas are good people, so my better half is a Jessica. Well, the problem is I have whiskey, women, and cars.
Yeah, that's why I said you have too many habits.
Whiskey, women, cars, video games, art.
Gotta cut it down a little bit.
So get rid of the art and the game.
Sure, get rid of the gaming and
Yeah, but see,
YouTube every night.
the problem is if I get rid of the gaming and watching YouTube every night, then I'm just going to be up your butt all night.
No, I'm gonna send you to do the dishes.
All right. Good night, Pinky. Josh, you know who Pinky is. I think. Do you know who Pinky is? Okay. You would think I have life. I don't know what to tell you, Steve. We're gonna have to try that out with at another time then.
Wait, is he using the old link too?
No, I didn't. I sent him the same link I sent you. It's not technically an old link. Now, if you try the join off of last week, the last stream's link, then yeah, that one won't be the same because it puts a new link every week.
Mm.
If he's in a house too long, she boots him out.
Where the hell is she?
Did you lose your Lucy again?
No, I didn't. I found her. Oh, please don't do that.
In case you guys don't know, Lucy is his little black cat.
Yeah, she'll be joining me on camera shortly, I'm pretty sure. Come
We all have little black cats, except for yours is quite little.
Yeah.
It is like that cat. You've had that cat for a little while now. It hasn't gotten much bigger.
There she is.
Oh my
What
God!
are you doing?
Indecent exposure.
Don't. No. You're not getting up there. The emphasis I said we're not getting up there.
That'd be what we're doing right now. Fixing cars, drinking beer, watching YouTube.
And
So I'm not in my garage, so fixing cars is at a minimal.
yeah.
Like
What did you just hit?
I said, Steve, we're gonna have to work on that.
No.
Not on camera, and see if we can get that working for you.
No. No. Go with the computer.
Your cat is not being very stream friendly.
No. She keeps trying to get on top of my computer, and then she sticks her claws in the fans and makes them make a funny noise, which would be even more stream unfriendly. My $20 fan.
Oh, did you pick that one up?
Leave your mother alone.
Steve, we have a Ford dealership that closed down local around here, and Steve apparently went to the auction and picked up some stuff. So I guess I now know where I need to go get my classic car tires swapped over, because they really do not like changing my tires on my car because they're offset. When your front tires are a 205 65 R15 and your back tires are a 255 75 R15, yeah, tire shops are not too happy with that, because oh my God, they're not all the same size.
Rip.
You can always just do the cone method there, Steve. It's the way they used to balance tires. You just had the cone.
Oh, you sit on top
of the tire lean. Huh?
Just sit on top of a cone.
Yeah, and then the cone is actually balanced, and you put the tire on top of the cone, and it will lean one way or the other depending on which way the tire is not balanced. That's the old school way of doing it.
Yeah.
Wasting days is never fun.
No. Oh, can we please not talk about Walmart in the chat? I gotta come back tomorrow. I don't want to.
Yeah, I think stock for my car, stock is actually a 14-inch rim on my Nova. It actually wasn't even a 15. The 15s are from a Corvette. My Corvette my real rims are actually from a Corvette. They're 15-inch, 15 by 7s. Though right now I think I have a 15 by 6 Krager SS on the front and a 15 by 8 Krager SS on the back. So yeah, they don't like doing anything. They did not want to mount and balance the truck tires that I had, because stock on my truck, I don't even know what stock size Dodge truck tires are. But when I brought them the 33 by 12 and a halves, they were not necessarily like, I had to do a little bit of talking to get them to do it. In fact, the rims that I had on my green truck, they wouldn't touch at all. They would not touch them black rims at all, because apparently they won't do aluminum rims, or they won't do coated aluminum rims. Apparently for liability reasons, if one of them scratches them or something.
Stands to reason.
But yeah, so yeah, but when I got the 33 by 12 and a half put on the truck tires, it was the night before the really big storm we had up here a couple of years ago. And like literally, I had ordered them and thought I had ordered them with enough time to be able to get them on the truck before the storm. And they literally showed up the night of the storm.
Wow.
They were in my driveway by like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. and obviously everything is closing. So by the time I got home, it was like 4 o'clock. So I had to quickly load these tires up in the truck and get the truck to somewhere that was going to mount and balance them. And most places were closing by 5.
Yeah.
I was at the Walmart till 7:30 that night.
Jesus.
And boy, did that storm hit. That storm hit like maybe like 2 hours after we got home.
Damn. Good timing.
I know, right?
Come on.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. Too much time waiting in tire shops. The only things that I won't do myself anymore, obviously, are mount and balance tires because I don't have the equipment, or alignments and inspections. Everything else, I have conceded that I'm just going to do it myself because every time I've ever taken it somewhere, they've screwed it up.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you're a prime example with your Avalanche.
Oh, yeah.
Your Avalanche is a dealer nightmare.
That dealer is a nightmare.
Isn't there a thing that if you have to take your car back 4 times within a year that, it's considered a lemon?
No, it's if it has something has to be fixed 3 times and it's still not working. At least by New York law.
And is your shit working now?
I mean, I got a check engine light on the way home from Bobby's, so not really.
I don't think I've heard from Bobby in like I don't know how long.
Well, Kick does this thing. If you don't use it all the time, it won't tell you there's a message. Give me 1 second. I gotta find my duct tape really quick. I hope really quick.
That doesn't sound creepy or nothing.
To fix something.
Yeah.
Not my truck.
Well, William, Biggie just his first vehicle he picked up. He had bought an Avalanche from a dealer, and it's been giving him nothing but problems. And it's a really pretty looking truck, but
God damn it, Cap!
It's definitely not been in his favor.
She almost did.
What is my favorite gun? Well, I don't shoot, but Jessica has 2 really nice guns. I'm sure she'll type it up real quick and tell you what they are. But yeah, actually, I normally refer to her as Jess, but she's Jessica here in the chat. She's supposed to take me shooting at some point. We just haven't done it yet.
Okay.
What? Isn't that 22? Oh.
No.
Mm. I fell in love with the 02 to 06 Avalanches. I like the ones without the plastic. The ones that are all body color.
What did I fucking do with it?
Apparently, Steve's got a 30-06 too. Steve is the one with the white Camaro that we met down at the. What was that? Was that a person?
Somebody outside. They blew away.
You want to go check on them?
No. I might not.
Shite.
You okay?
Oh, good.
I think that somebody just got blown away outside. A big gust of wind and a scream. I'm half tempted to go and go see if there's somebody picking themselves up off the sidewalk somewhere. We're supposed to have tornado warnings here. So there's definitely high gusts of winds. Wizard of Oz. Oh, that's hilarious. Wonder if it was Lexi upstairs. Wonder if it was Lexi upstairs on her porch. Do 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 do.
It didn't sound like it was from upstairs. It sounded like it was from down the street somewhere.
Oh my God, we got people blowing away outside. Do we still have people in the chat?
Looks like it's family.
Nina, Steve. Well, we have 9 people in here right now.
Here. Opening it in a box.
She's talking about her 30-06 as her baby. The gun.
Speaking of which, just want to chime in. Do you know what the 30 and the 6 refer to in that?
Nope, but Jess, I'm sure it does.
But what?
The 3 and the 6.
Nope.
But she's thinking. I hear her brain melting.
It's late at night.
She says it's too late at night.
Well, the 30 refers to the bore diameter, which is 0.3 inches. And the 6, I believe, was how much powder and grains the cartridge is supposed to have.
Does that sound about right?
I couldn't hear him.
Yeah, 30 is the bore diameter. It's 0.3 inches. And then the 6 is the amount of grain that the bullets are supposed to have.
The
See-
30 refers to the caliber.
Right. That's the bore.
The 06 refers to the year the cartridge was adopted.
Oh, that's what the one was. It's 1906. It's the same one they used in the 1906 Springfield.
Yep.
That's what it was. I was thinking 30.
Yeah, the problem with investing in guns and gold is the government's trying to take both.
Well, they're going to be sadly mistaken.
We all think, right?
Yeah, until they're sending the military to go grab someone's AR-15.
I'm sorry. I am seriously ADDing, and I am literally seeing the freaking the chick riding the bicycle with Toto in the front basket, swirling around in the tornado.
Oh my god!
Do 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 do. What are you doing, Biggie?
I'm still looking for my duct tape.
Is this duct tape inherently needed this minute?
It's needed at some point, and I'd rather do it sooner than later.
Okay. Well, as long as you're not also looking for a shovel and rope, we should be good.
I have it in one of my boxes. I don't remember which one of my boxes, but it's in one of my boxes.
I'm almost out. And I don't feel like opening up another one. Yeah. And I don't feel like switching to harder alcohol either. We should toast to good friends and prosperous live streams.
Come on.
I don't know whether to be amused at what Big E's doing or not.
What is he doing?
He's searching for duct tape.
For what?
I don't know.
Your big
For a thing.
mouth.
That says it's for my big mouth.
Come on.
The problem is, Steve, is we need to make a run southbound because I'm a little empty. Is somebody else getting blown away out there?
No, but I hear people yelling.
What's the thing?
Not like blowing away yelling, stuff blowing away yelling.
The problem is the legal shit. It sucks. Because technically we can get what is that legal shine up here? And it absolutely sucks. Or are we talking about the smoky smoke? You know, Big E's gonna end up pulling out dildos out of one of those boxes, and we're gonna have to like censor the screen.
That's all I have to say to that. Something I did pull out of one of these boxes, however. Is it mirrored? Is that really mirrored?
Oh my God! Don't! Oh, my eyes. Problem is that like that's the wrong 9. Ugh.
I don't know.
If that hat was from the early '90s or late '80s, that hat would be worth a fortune.
Yeah. Oh hell.
What's up?
I forgot to put something back in the box.
That sucks.
Gotta go back in.
You know, I'm amazed that my my stream does not get demonetized for what's sitting in the corner of your room.
Well, don't point it out.
There's nothing. It's just a walking stick.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's a walking stick that you can see kind of far away.
It's a fancy walking stick. That's all it is.
Yeah.
What is your fancy walking stick there, Biggie?
Are you sure you want me to say?
Yeah, sure. We're all talking about it.
Well, it's a 22 caliber pellet gun.
Oh, pellet gun.
The thing I find kind of funny is our 22 shell fits in it perfectly.
Well, now if only you can fire a 22 shell with air.
I mean, you probably could.
Well,
if you put the 22 in the barrel with a pellet behind it, and you use the airsoft to freaking fire the pellet into the back of the pin, would it go off?
Well, there's no pin. It's rimfire.
Oh, well, I guess that wouldn't help.
If only you knew what I just switched screens to.
I'm sure it's not appropriate for my live stream.
No, you want to know what's really not appropriate for your live stream?
What Jess is watching on her computer right now?
Probably. All right.
Well, it's definitely not appropriate for the live stream.
Did you get that part?
Medical purposes only.
All right, this is, I don't know if you can see it, but see how there's no primer?
You gotta hold your hand behind it, because otherwise your camera's not going to focus on it.
Well, it doesn't focus anyway because it's manual focus, remember? Hang on, I might be able to get it. I think this is. Nope,
No, you're very sorry.
Hang on.
Why aren't you watching it?
Because we don't have a way to watch it.
No, a little more. Oh, there's a nice big F.
2 seasons.
Yeah, see, there's no primer.
Yeah, there's no primer. But that wouldn't work, huh?
Well, actually, I'm thinking what it is the impulse with air, because this would pretty much seal in the barrel. The air would just hit the back of this and deform it enough to set off the primer that's in it. And set off the charge and to go straight to the barrel. But what I was gonna say before, which is inappropriate. All right, so this is 22, right? And put that out of camera shot for right now.
Just remember, you're still out of focus again.
Am I really?
Because you're antique technology.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't pay anything for it. Okay.
Doesn't matter. I had the same one when I started.
So 22. This is a 30-30 bottle opener, I think.
A highly explosive bottle opener.
And then we have 30-30, 37 millimeter.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, like this is actually, this fits in there almost perfectly. Like there's your primer.
Oh shit. And yes, I agree. If you can find an original copy of Smokey and the Bandit, it is so politically incorrect compared to today's society. But I don't care. That would be great. I would love to have stuff for mail call, but yeah, I don't have a PO box.
Rip.
Everything is not politically correct for everybody's standards these days. The level of snowflake of today's society is disgusting.
I don't know if any of you guys can hear that. Just went a rant about how
it's all true.
It is. In fact, actually, we're not flipping back and forth again. There we go. Yeah.
I just noticed what William Singer said. It's legal in my house.
Right? Well, that's one of the other reasons why I stopped doing a certain someone's live stream was because everything was an issue. The second that we started going on a roll about something, you know, immediately he cut in and changed the subject or whatever. It just I enjoy doing my own live streams because I can do what I want on them within reason. And yes, that was death bitching. They did hear you. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. What time is it? Oh,
11.
we're almost on 11 o'clock. I can do what I want. Wait. Are you saying that's what I say, or are you saying that's what you say? Sounds like the wind's starting to blow the rain's starting to blow sideways out there. Hey, that's not fair. Yeah, but the problem is I don't need a sniper EFI. It won't work on my it won't work for my application. Somebody needs to send me the Holly EFI. I need this one. Where is it? I need that one.
It's random spooks and kangaroos.
That's the one that I need. Oh no, it is a sniper EFI. Never mind. I am wrong. Oh, I'm being an idiot. Yeah, but it's the quadrijet one I need. There we go. That is awesome. I is doing that.
Oh my god.
You're a snowflake bandit.
Oh my god.
I am commissioning that shirt for you.
All right, I will have to get on it. I just gotta wait for my pad to get in here so I can do it. Oh my god, Steve, you have just you have done it. You have done it. I salute you. Oh my god, that is awesome.
That is gold.
I'm just gonna write I'm a snowflake.
No, you're a snowflake bandit.
Yeah, but I don't know how that's gonna work though.
And then you have to have the Smokey and the Bandit thing going.
Well, I can have I'm a snowflake.
You're not a Smokey Bandit. You're a snowflake bandit.
Right, but no, I can have I'm a snowflake with the snowflake rim.
Bandit.
And then on the back, I can have the Trans Am and have it say Bandit.
I guess that's acceptable.
Hey, now.
That's good.
I'll have to watch a YouTube video me making you into a snowman.
You sure you don't want to join in the stream?
No.
You just want to be over there making YouTube comments?
That is peanut gallery.
She's too shy to want to be on camera, so she's just going to go over there and yell from the other room. She's just going to yell from the other room. Because that's better. She gets her, what is it? Not animosity. It's, anonymously or
You can word.
I cannot word.
You cannot has word. The fuck?
We got more people being blown over outside.
Oh no, that's like yelling is.
Oh, the yelling was on there.
Yeah. I was saying the fuck about things falling over and stuff.
The wind is really bad outside. I mean, it's getting quite scary. But apparently the screaming was not from outside.
It's me.
She has to look better than toy. Does not get it.
The hell does that mean?
I don't know. Do. My brain's still stuck on that. Oh, she has to look better than me.
Oh,
That's mean. That's just mean.
Well,
But she is my better half, so I would assume she does.
most things are
Hey, it's not beat up on Nova Day.
every day.
yes, it is. You just don't know it.
Oh. That's it. We're ending the stream. It's getting too violent in here.
It's getting too hurtful.
What is this violence you speak of? Oh, I should wear my GoPro hat. I have a GoPro hat now. I don't know where my GoPro is though. I need somewhere. It's somewhere over the rainbow. Goddamn Wizard of Oz.
Oh wait, no.
No what? What are you running off to go get? Oh, there it is. My little knockoff GoPro.
Wait, what brand is it?
Extico?
Close your eyes.
Wait, what are you doing?
Close your
Is
eyes.
it appropriate for YouTube?
Yes. Don't open them.
I don't know if I want to.
This is because you're such a snowflake, okay?
I don't know if I want to do this. What do you got?
No, you have to close your eyes.
I don't know if I like this. I'm supposed to trust you.
Yes.
Should I trust her? Should I trust her? Oh, we got to do shots apparently.
Oh, go.
Hold on, I have to go get a shot glass if we're gonna do shots.
Oh dear.
What do we tell
I have to do my thing first.
Apparently, I'm supposed to do whatever she wants me to do first.
Oh my god! Just see a hand come out of frame and just slap him across the face.
That would not be fun.
I mean,
that was really weak. Don't really smack me. All right. You're gonna chase all my people away.
No, I not.
The things I do for you.
Don't open them.
I'm gonna turn red.
Or I will get a legitimate blindfold for you.
Hurry up, let's go. You're causing dead air. This is a snowflake. Really? It's a trap, you idiots!
oh my god.
Hose. Hose everywhere. All right, I have to go get a shot glass. Biggie, do you have anything to toast with? Nada. Not a damn thing.
It's got a penny on it.
Yeah, but does it have you have any alcohol?
Wait, I do.
Okay. We're gonna take a brief second here. Of course, you couldn't have gone and got it for me.
Just remember, snowflakes can't handle their alcohol.
Do what?
I said remember snowflakes can't handle that anymore.
Oh, snowflakes can't. All right, I'm back. Now, this is probably about, I want to say at least 8 years old. Oh, that smells so good.
Get, that's my chair. No, kitty, bad kitty. Yeet.
All right, what you got? I can't see. You got
Mr. Boston.
Mr. Bean?
Mr. Boston.
Mr. Boston. Hold that up again.
No, apparently it was $11.99 wherever it was.
Oh, I'm sure that's gonna taste like shit.
Probably. I mean, like $11.99.
I've got myself my infamous, like, shit old fucking Jaeger.
Well, I mean, Jaeger probably ages better than this crap.
I think it was like 7 year. It was like 5 years old back in 2013. It's now 2018. That makes it about 10 years old.
It's 2019, actually.
Yeah, 19. Anyway, that's about a shot, I would think.
Well, I got this thing about filled because I don't care. I'm trying to hold it up in front of the screen over there, but my camera's up here.
Yeah, that's a double shot, I think.
Well, Chuck Norris will protect me.
All right, to good friends, good streams, and automotive in your blood. Ah, nom, 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 nom.
Yeah, it tastes like crap.
I told you, cheap rum. More sugar in it than there is alcohol.
There's no nutritional facts.
Of course not.
Oh my god.
I have some alcohol like that in the.
All right, this is going back in the cupboard. I'll be right back.
Just put it off to the side.
No, I don't want it in my room anymore.
Biggie snowflaked out. I am not a lightweight. I was not. I outdrank you.
Oh, hell no.
I will now. You haven't drank in 2 years.
So?
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, but that wasn't that much. I didn't drink that much that night. But yeah, I mean the biggest difference between the formulas and the Trans Ams is the aero and suspension. With the formulas, you still get the engine, but that's about it. There's a big step up from the formulas to the Trans Ams, depending on what year you go with. Like with mine, the V8, you can get the V8 in the formulas in 79, but the upgraded suspension and the whole aero package, that was all Trans Am. You couldn't get that with the formula. Is it already not agreeing with you there? I don't know much about the GTAs. The third gen Trans Ams were not my favorite. In fact, I absolutely hated them. Way to go there, Biggie.
Well, what? I'm sorry, I gotta blow my nose.
I liked the second gen, the first and second gen Trans Ams, and then it wasn't until 98 that I liked Trans Ams again. I was not a fan of the first versions of the fourth gens or the third gens.
Was that your hair whipping back and forth that I heard?
No, you actually heard my neck.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yes, I'm a fan of the 98 to 2002 WS6 Trans Ams. If I could get a hold of a Firehawk, that would be even better. But Firehawks are like trying to freaking find a I don't even know. They're not. They're a little bit rare.
Just a little.
In fact, the Firehawks weren't even made on the factory assembly line. Did you know that?
Ooh, a wheat penny. Hmm. The more you know.
Yeah, no. But no, I'd like I so want you know, like what the Boosted Rooster that John Dock has. But the problem is it kills me because I watch all these people with the modded Trans Ams and just the fact that they don't have it's a bunch of younger, you know, like John Dock's younger than me. But it's the generation that comes after me, and when they get a hold of these cars and they don't understand what they were when they were new. When they were new, you didn't have. I mean, that was like they were beating Corvettes. They were beating Corvettes back then. And you know, hey, and Grant's back. Apparently, we stayed out long enough that Grant finished whatever he was doing, and he's back.
Jeez.
Grant is straight six fan. He's the one that does he has an old Fairmont, which is basically the ugly Mustang.
Ooh.
Yeah. So he has the ugly Mustang, and he also has he does that thing every Thursday night with Old Car Auto Guy at 8 p.m. Eastern. Maui Blue 91. That's the older ones. Yeah, that's the same one. My buddy has a 87 GTA, all black. Oh yes, the Rat Road. That's actually the Rat Rod Radio Flyer is actually what I started watching Grant's channel for. He's got a freaking cut up like old school kids wagon with like I'm not sure what he's using for a motor, but it might just be just a regular lawnmower engine, and the whole front end of it is all custom. Like the steering and all that is all done custom.
Cool.
Yeah, I definitely miss T-top cars.
Ooh, 5 horsepower.
Yeah, it's just regular Briggs and Stratton 5 horse. Now, when I was in tech school, my shop teacher, his kids ran those junior dragsters. They were running these. It wasn't actually Briggs and Stratton engines anymore, but they were cast off of an original Briggs and Stratton. Those things made like freaking 40 horsepower, 50 horsepower out of a fucking small 5 horse Briggs and Stratton engine.
Jeez.
Kids, freaking 5-year-olds doing fucking like 90 miles an hour in a quarter mile.
Jesus Christ.
I know, right? Those freaking little things, and they really look like rail cars, you know, like the big top fuelers, but small.
Yeah.
You know, they were like 6-7 feet long, maybe a little longer, and they ran go-kart tires on the back. Oh my god, those things freaking booked. T-tops and fuzzy beavers. I don't know. I might have to edit that. Connectors, mild cam, fun build that I've had. William, do you not have? I guess you don't have that up on YouTube or anything. Do you have an Instagram at least? I'd like to see pictures of that. Not the fuzzy beavers. At least not here. I don't know if any of you guys noticed, but I have fuzzy dice in my Trans Am. Or no, were they in the Nova? They might have been the Nova. Yeah, the Nova had the fuzzy dice. They had flames on them. They were flaming dice. No, I have a flaming pig in my TA. That's what I have in my TA. Flaming pig. One of those ones you get at like the carnival.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like orange and red. Why is my watch going off? Oh, and it's getting to be just after 11, and I have work tomorrow. So I think I'm gonna end this live stream here. If you guys haven't checked out my Teespring account yet, please go do so. Tons of merch on there. If you guys enjoy Trans Am Novas, I will be having a Dodge Ram one coming up soon. I just haven't finished it. But like I said, I'll see you guys next week. There will be a video out sometime this week, before the end of the week, from the junkyard visit, and I'll catch you guys all later. All right, peace out.